James Andre Jefferson Jr. is a comedian and podcaster. He has amassed over 450,000 followers on his social platforms by doing hilarious social media commentary. You can also now hear him on syndicated radio. We discuss how he didn't allow him getting kicked off of YouTube at one point to deter him from staying true to who he is. We also discuss what coming from the bottom truly means. Life as a comedian ain't easy, and James joins Peaks and Valleys to talk about it right now.
They say it is the darkest before the dawn. But what do you do before the dawn comes when all you have is candles and night lights guiding your path until morning, until your sight is restored and you can see your way out, your way through, your way to the other side. You push with all your might until the day breaks and your victory comes. This is Peaks and Valleys with TK Trinidad.
Coming in the studio with me today, he is an amazing individual, the incomparable, the hilarious, the authentic, the steadfast comedian, James Andre Jefferson Jr. Why I say steadfast is that you're consistent.
Like no, I don't know what steadfast means. That's why I said it. I don't know what it means. So I don't even know what incomparable means. So incomparable instead. So most of my intro, I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I'm that. I guess.
Is like one of a kind. There's only one of you.
And what's steadfast?
That means you're consistent. Like you okay. Stayed.
And why you didn't say that? Why are you being difficult?
I just want to do the big words. You know.
Oh, incomparable, incognito, and steadfast. What the hell?
Oh my gosh. So for my folks who don't know, James is an amazing comedian. He's a podcaster. He's a radio personality. And he has, like, if you're not following him on social media, like, this is what I do. I've known James for a minute, as you guys can tell. This is what I do. I show people
10 years.
Your social media. And I was like, yo, you need to follow him because he's hilarious. That's like that's it. I just show them your social media.
That's where a quarter of my following comes from you. A quarter of my following came from you. You because you know you got the muscles. You be bullying people.
Oh my goodness. All right, so let's get into it. If you are following James, if you're not, either way, super funny. But we want to dive into more what James is about and just talk about that one time in his life where, you know, ish wasn't happening right, and you were like, "What am I doing with my life?" So what was that time for you?
Okay, so can I cuss on here or no? I don't know.
Yeah, you can cuss.
Okay. All right. When shit hits the fan, so I came from the bottom already. So it's not really. It's the things I can't control that bother me. Like so social media, the algorithms, and me getting kicked off YouTube one point in time. The first time I got kicked off YouTube was like 2012, 2013. I was making ignorant videos. My videos was they was bad. So I remember thinking like. Because I stopped doing stand-up comedy to get on YouTube. So when YouTube like kicked me off, I was like, I only had like 10,000 followers on YouTube, but that at that time I was like, yes, I'm popping right now. And but when they deleted my page and sent me an email saying, oh, you can't be on the platform anymore because I was cussing too much. I was saying nigga too much, or just doing that. So I felt so what I did was I had to find a balance to please the corporate side and still please the people that follow me. So even now to then, I don't cuss as much on my content because I can it's a business at the end of the day. So businesses got to adapt. So I just got to keep adapting. But then again, like I came from the bottom, so it wasn't a big deal. I didn't cry. I wasn't all emotional and whatnot. I just made shit happen.
So now when you came from the bottom, everybody's bottom's a little bit different. So let me, like, for instance, you know, we have Drake with the song "Started from the Bottom." I mean, no shade. I'm a fellow Canadian. Our bottom is not the American bottom. Period. Like,
our bottom is way worse than probably Canadian. Y'all government takes care of you. So being bottom in America is and black. Yeah. So I grew up in a rough neighborhood. It was always a lot of tension between the blacks and Mexican people. There was a lot of riots at my high school I went to, but top ramens. I always had a roof over not when I was young, like 5 or 6, we were homeless for a little bit. My family, my mom, myself, and my sister. And from there we just so just get an idea of the bottom. We was eating sugar sandwiches, top ramen, Kool-Aid, get one pack of Kool-Aid, make it last for 3 weeks, stuff like that.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's so this let's explain. So I'm gonna be not knowing Canadian right now. The sugar sandwiches. So what was it? Just a slice of bread and then the sugar and then another slice on top, or is that what
you could put some butter on it. You could, or you could just put some. If you have butter, just put some sugar on it and you just eat it. My personal favorite was getting the top ramen. You know what top ramen is, right? Okay, and just I didn't cook it. I would take it out the package. I'll sprinkle the seasoning on it and eat it like that. It was amazing to me. I probably like it till this day.
All right. So
here
we are.
By Canada.
I know, right? So now, I mean, you've definitely been through a lot, even as a child. Like what? But you're funny. So what inspires you? What motivates you to continue doing that? Because by having that many followers on Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff, and consistently putting out content is not easy. So like, what motivated you to get to this point?
I was always I'm not money motivated. I've always just been I want to be happy motivated. So I guess the type of content I make, like every now and then I make content about like Black Lives Matter and like protecting Black women and stuff like that. I make content about stuff like that because when I was younger, when I was in middle school, I went to a racist middle school. I got stories for that. One school story, I was the school president at my middle school, and the school president gets to be Santa Claus. Now, this is a racist high school. So at the time, when I was sitting there, I didn't realize that was a problem. I wanted to be Santa Claus. And so the next day after I was Santa Claus, all the kids came take pictures, blah, blah, blah. The next day, the school was tagged up with fuck niggers and all that. And then I found out like 5 years later, one of the white girls from that school, their father removed them from that school because they allowed her daughter to sit on a Black man's lap. And yeah, so I went through a lot of racist things growing up, and I thought it was okay because that's how I was supposed to be treated, because that's how American conditioning think. So I make content, I speak how I speak, and I talk how I am. I'm Black and I'm proud, mostly to let people know it's okay. Racism is not okay. It's okay to be Black and proud. It's okay to be loud to express your culture. It's okay. That's why I'm unapologetic about the things I say, because I truly believe it.
But it seems like let's dive into your IG. So for folks who are not following you, what's your IG real quick so they can follow you, so they know they can follow on what we're doing.
It's James Jefferson J. That's JamesJefferson J. Pretty much I'll go on there and talk shit about everything.
You do, but you do it in like, yes, you talk, it's funny, but it's not like you're shooting off at the hip. Because what happens is, this is my irritation with media, where we've come as media now, is that something happens and you don't get the details, or you go off of your emotions and you present it. And the stuff that I've seen you do, you at least come from an angle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you actually thought about it versus, emotionally, shooting at the hip.
See, comedians, the best comedians in the world have a third eye, and third eye allows them to see, like I don't care. Like, let's just say, let's say racism. Let's say the Klan, for example. The third eye will allow me to look at the Klan and, unfortunately, understand why they think the way they think. Because if I just thought with emotions, of course, fuck them. But I want to know why you think the way you think. So when I create my content, when I create my content, if I just came from, oh, I'm Black and blah, 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 I got to think about their side too. So I know what side to attack. Because of course, I could say what I want to say and just let them be mad, or I could attack them with their opinion as well. You get what I'm saying? Because a third eye doesn't mean I perceive that to be my own train of thought. It just means I could see why you think that way.
You look at it from You look at it from different
Yeah.
angles. That's how. I think it might have been Dave Chappelle, or it was another. I love stand up, and I can't remember which
Right.
comedian it was, but they said like they're essentially the last journalists, because
Right.
journalists now are just reporting whoever is
Oh,
paying them their checks information.
exactly.
So, you know,
That's
I
how a lot. That's
love.
how a lot of content creators now. I don't know if you know. There's black content creators. And this is the thing. This is where it gets all fucked up. Like, you know who the Hodge twins are?
Yeah, yeah.
So like those guys were making content, nothing political for
Mhm.
years, and they made one political video that did very well. So I think people like that are saying, "Oh, this did good, so I'm gonna stick to this." They might not even feel the things that they're saying. They just know it's gonna please their crowd. So just like you're saying, journalists get hired by Fox or CNN. They just whatever pleases their crowd. That's why I don't get mad at Tucker Carlson or all those people on Fox. That's what the fuck the audience. I'm not listening. I can't cancel Fox News. I don't listen to the shit.
Right. Yeah. I think I don't know. I always get kind of bothered by it. I agree with you. I'm not going to listen to it. I do listen to it so I can hear both sides, but I can't get upset at the person who is, you know, making the money. I just wish that they would at least say,
no, you can be upset with them because they sellouts. They sellouts. That is the definition of a sellout. You are not. And I'm not even talking about not even from a black perspective, like a black man. I'm saying if you are willing to say something that you don't believe, especially on sensitive topics, that's a lot of these people are. You're a sellout. You sold your face to say an opinion that wasn't yours.
Yeah, which is it's just crazy to me. I'll do the research. That's the annoying thing, but you know it is what it is. So now let's get into I've been making fun of you for this for years. So I am ecstatic. I am very happy. Congratulations to you and your girlfriend. It took you a minute.
My fiance,
yes.
Please,
thank you for correcting.
my fiance.
Yes, future wife, fiance. Took you a minute.
Yes.
And I've been asking you for years, like
12 and a half years.
How many years?
12 and a half years. That's it.
Yeah. That's it. Okay.
That's it. We could have easily won another 12 and a half. What you mean?
You know what? I'm gonna have her on the show because she needs an award. She is stunning. She's absolutely beautiful. I don't know if you want me to tell people where to find her, but she's absolutely gorgeous.
I'm Brittany Brown. Yeah, you can find her. I'm Brittany Brown. You spell it Brittany, not the other stupid way the other Brittany spell.
She's absolutely gorgeous. You guys got engaged.
All right, Jimmy Kimmel, Valentine's Day skit, take 37. Me and mine is getting tired of all you single people trying to take a raw holiday. If that's based on you, whatever you do. You can wait till Easter and cuddle up with the bunny rabbit.
Period.
All right, cut. Now you go right there.
Everybody wants to be inclusive and everything. Let us couples enjoy each other on our couple day. It's not about single people right now, okay? If you wanted chocolates, you could have just said that. It ain't got nothing to do with y'all.
I found a love for me. Darling, just dive right in. Follow my lead. I found a girl, beautiful and sweet. Well, I never knew you were the someone waiting for me. 'Cause we were just kids when we fell in love.
So tell me about that trigger, because that wasn't like a peak or valley. You guys were going in for 12 years. What made you want to pull the trigger and make it official?
I guess I always knew I was going to marry her. I always knew. I just think this is a tough question to answer because I knew like since day year 3 I was going to marry her. I don't know why it took me 9 more years.
That part.
I guess those stimulus checks maybe help me help me afford the engagement ring. So I appreciate Biden and Trump for giving me them stimmies to help me afford the ring. No, but really, it was just time. It just was time. I was just dragging her along, and I was ready to move to the next level. That's it. It's not a super deep answer, but it's just I was ready.
Should have been ready like 6 years ago, but whatever. It's personal opinion.
You're
That's
breaking
me.
up on me.
Yeah, I said you should have been ready like 6 years ago, but that's personal opinion. It's
He said 6 years.
I'm,
So it's year
I'm
6.
yeah, I'm from the outside looking in because I'm like, yo, she's fine. I don't know what he's waiting
She
for.
crazy though. She crazy. That's why. That's what people. She be at the house beating me. Y'all don't know that. She could every night. She could wake up and say, "Shut your fat, ugly black ass up." And y'all, I'm just playing. She don't do that.
I know she don't. There'd be no way. So congratulations with that. So now here's the thing. You also are starting a new syndicated show with a few stations, but one of them is Power 98.3. So tell me how you got into that. Like, because I know James, right? For you guys who don't know, from radio, we were in radio together, and I also think same thing with taking so long to propose to your girlfriend, now fiance. Radio took way too long to have you on radio. I think this is the first step. Like, if you don't get signed and I don't see you somewhere doing stuff beyond radio too, people are slipping.
Right.
But what happened? How that happened.
So Bootleg Cave came to me. I know Bootleg Cave because we was at Run 92.3 together. I actually would fill in on his show from time to time with Big Chunk and Nico Blitz. So they had to let go of Bootleg Cave. iHeart let go a lot of employees, of employees. So they let me go. So they made a financial decision with Bootleg Kev, and they changed the night show over there with Homegrown Radio with Chuck Dizzle and DJ Head. So Bootleg Kev has always been talking about making his own syndicated show, but that would mess up his contract with iHeart. So when they let him go, they open that up. And so he called me around, I say December, January, and he said if I was interested. I said, yeah, I'm interested. We got a couple stations, and we're locking in a few more stations in Vegas. So it's gonna grow like a wildfire. But yeah, radio is never my passion. I kind of just fell into it. Comedy is always my passion. But yeah, so I'm glad to be it's me, Nico Blitz, Bootleg Kev. I got my own segment on there called the No Cap News, where I just pretty much do it on Instagram, talk about what's going on, and get my little spin on it.
Well, I'm looking forward to it. Now, last question before we get out of here. I mean, you came from the super bottom, like the authentic bottom. Like when people talk about bottom, I'm going to ask them if they had sugar sandwiches at the bottom, because I feel like that's sugar sandwiches and Kool-Aid. That's where the bottom starts.
Yeah.
What would you say in one sentence to motivate somebody who might be in their bottom right now, or they eventually, because life is full of ups and downs, peaks and valleys, they might hit that bottom. In one sentence, what would you say to motivate them?
One sentence, what would I say to motivate somebody that's at the bottom? It's gonna be all right. That's it. It's gonna be all right. If you living through it now, you're not dead. It's gonna be all right. Things could be worse. That's what I always looked at. Quick story. I remember I was on the metro bus, on the city bus. Had to have been like 11 or 12, and I was by myself. And I remember I was sitting down, and a blind man came on the bus, and I offered him my seat, and he looked at me and says, "Don't feel bad for me." And I remember, I remember always thinking like somebody always got it worse, and they're not complaining. So. That's always, I don't complain about the things in my life. I can simply complain, oh, blah, blah, blah. People go, oh, my car's stupid. Well, you got a fucking car. Oh, my girl tripping. There's somebody that can't find a girl. So it's just don't complain and just make it happen. I know that was longer than the sentence, but
no, we got
that was a decent statement.
Thank you so much. You really appreciate it. I look forward to the wedding. Are you gonna have a bachelor? Like, are you gonna have a Jack and Jill bachelor party? Is it gonna be separate? Have you guys thought about that yet?
You said I'm having the bachelor party? You broke up. What'd you say?
Yeah, is it gonna be like a Jack and Jill bachelor party, but it's gonna be in the same room, or is it gonna be separate? Or have you guys?
No, I'm doing my own thing. What you mean? My bachelor party gonna be separate? Hell no. Okay. I'm about the hangover.
Oh boy. Well, I look forward to all of that. The amazing radio, television, everything that's going to come your way. You definitely work hard for it. And kudos and congratulations, and thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate you, and you are doing an amazing job like usual. Keep fucking the game up, TK.
Trying.
Peaks and Valleys is produced by Josh Rodriguez and TKO Productions. Spoken word and voiceover is done by yours truly, Lem Gonzalez. Thank you for listening, and remember, after the darkness comes the dawn.